Sure, this works.
Alrighty.
Alright, so session basically 0. If people want to go around the table and introduce your characters, go for it.
Okay. Well, I am playing a Ganassi named Velye, who is the oldest at 12 years old, and has a horrible fear of fire.
I am Azar Derek. I am her brother. In game, not in real life.
That'll be a very different situation.
Yes, I am a fire Ganassi, and she is terrified of me.
My name is Guppy in this, and I am a Triton.
My name is Fred, and I'm a hobgoblin.
Woo, Fred!
Whoa!
My name is Mordecai. I am a feral tiefling, and due to recent events, I am emotionally scarred.
Yay!
We're all emotionally
And
scarred. Let's be honest.
Some more than others.
Some more than others, and I would probably put myself middle of the pack.
To be honest, the orphanage is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me.
I'd probably put
Yeah.
mine more near the top.
I would put yours near the top.
Yeah.
I will be many
Just-
characters, but as for now, I'm Archmage Caligan.
The lovely DM.
That's a
Lovely
fucking
DM.
hell.
All hail God.
Wonderful. Okay, that's besides the point. So, a little bit of backstory. Everyone here has had some kind of reason why they've been sent to the orphanage, whether they like to share that or not, they can at some other point, but so the orphanage doubles as the Academy of Heroes. Caligan, who's an archmage, set it up to make it so people could come here to gain a set of skills from different masters throughout the town, from blacksmithing to alchemy to fletch. And one of the main goals of it is that he intends to depart knowledge upon all of you and hopefully help you make a living in the world by becoming adventurers. And he wants you to become very good adventurers instead of evil villains.
We're gonna do it!
Probably not.
So after studying hard and
We'll just kick you out of the group and then we'll be good.
yeah. It might be the first of the day. I mean, what? So you find yourself in Caligan's study. Books adorn the many bookshelves, and there are various different languages. You can see some scribbled in Common, other in Elvish, Dwarvish, Draconic. It's a very large library. It's a very large oaken desk that has a crest of the Academy on the front of it that he designed himself with. Is a red dragon flying above a forest. He looks down at all of you and says, "Congratulations on passing your exams. Today is a very special day, as all of you know, as today shall be the day of choosing. From this point forward, you're going to be seen as not children anymore, but young adults. If you'll follow me." You see him walk past you to the group to a specific bookshelf in the middle of the left side of the room. He pulls the book open, and as he does, a bookshelf moves itself into the floor, creating a passageway. After a few brief moments, you see a swirl of purple arcanic energy start emitting from the door as he walks through it.
I'm gonna follow him.
Proceed. Of course, we have to follow this old man.
I'm gonna stand between them just in case. I'll be the peacekeeper in this situation.
I'm at the head of the group, not even noticing these two.
I guess that means I'll follow up the rear.
Alright. As you all enter into the room, you see this very large antechamber at the front that seems to be made out of some kind of opalescent stone that is kind of grayish white in nature that seems to be made of the entire building. You seem to have teleported somewhere else, as you have never seen this room before in the academy. He looks to all of you and says, "This is where the first parts of your future shall be forged. Now, behind me is an altar that when you approach it, reach out your hand, and you shall pick up a weapon. The weapon shall be the one that shall guide you through the academy and hopefully guide you through life." As he looks around, Who's going first?
I'll step up. I'm the oldest. I'd probably be, a little more in charge. Hey, older kids.
Velye. Oh, very wise student. Very good at your studies. You scored quite well on your exam. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna reach in. I'm assuming there's, whatever. I'm getting my boomerang. I want it.
And a pet wallaby.
I've been determined from the beginning. I want my boomerang.
As you pull out this boomerang, it's quite nice. You see it's got a picture of a red dragon on it. It's kind of like the symbol of the guild, and you see it's kind of breathing fire through the boomerang, and it looks pretty cool. Nice. And he looks at it, and he raises an eyebrow and says, "My! A boomerang! That's a first!" Congratulations, nonetheless. Who's next?
Not all battles need to be fought with swords, sir.
I'll step forward.
That's true. Turns to you. It's okay. You've been through a lot, but you're in good hands.
I'm gonna breathe deep, chin up, shove my hand in, and pull out a sickle.
As you pull out the sickle, he looks at it and he looks at you. Interesting. It's reminiscent of your uncle that you lived with. As the sickle is used to harvest the herbs around in the forest. Possibly that's a direction. He turns to the rest of you. Who's next?
I'll step forward.
As both of you step forward at the same time, he says, no, one at a time, not two.
Well, if Velye can do it, I can do it. I'm gonna walk up to it, just kind of push Fred out of the way.
I'm gonna scowl at him like, what did you just do?
Children.
Hey, you're a fire gun.
Young
Does that mean
adults.
you are actively on fire at all times?
My
His hair
hair
is-
is
Your
always
hair
on
specifically.
fire.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm
Does that
gonna.
mean yours is a hurricane?
No, she just constantly has a gentle breeze floating around her. So her clothes will always be kind of rustling. Her hair will always be kind of lifted up a little bit.
So I'm gonna.
There are a lot
push.
of music. There are a lot of music videos you're part of.
I push Chris out of the way, or I'm sorry, Fred. And I walk up and I just kind of shove my hand in and quickly pull out a Morningstar mace.
He looks at it. Be careful of that. You might poke an eye out without many points.
Hopefully.
Right.
See, Velye? See what I got? Of course, Velye doesn't want to talk to me.
He looks over. Fred, would you like to go next?
Yes. I'm going to step forward and I'm going to reach in and grab a quarterstaff.
It looks at it and says, "My, trying to be like me, are you?"
You are the best.
He kind of just like, "Oh, thank you." Well, maybe you'll become a great wizard like I am. You have to study quite hard and continue to work on your reading skills, but I'm assured that someday you'll get there.
I will get there.
In turns, Guppy! You're last.
Okay. Walk up, reach my hand in, pull out a trident.
Okay.
Hey, Triton for the Triton.
And he looks at it. You got a giant fork! I mean, trident! Very reminiscent of your people. I think maybe someday it'll maybe guide you home. Wherever that may be. He pauses briefly and looks to everyone and says, "Well done on your choices. I hope they guide you well through the rest of your trial. Now then, as the last part of your graduation, before you perform the rite of ascension, we need to put your skills of what you've learned in the academy to the test. Now, these skills will determine what kind of person you are and what kind of future that will hold. Be careful about your decisions, for the dungeon itself will react to them. As he pauses real quick, he kind of whisks his hand open, and the altar disappears, and all of you vanish. You appear in a room that seems to be made out of cobblestone, and as you look, you see one exit that seems to be a simple wooden door.
I'm just gonna mutter Grimrock.
Alright, well. I'll go check out the door. See if there's anything interesting. That's a 7. I don't see anything interesting about it.
I'd imagine it would be a smart idea to put away the mat if we're not going to be using it.
Yeah.
For today, yeah.
I got it
There's no roll.
I got
no
for the markers for that, so
There's
we're
no
gonna be
rolling
using it-
with that,
We're gonna
so.
be using it after this session, after I go get some more.
Can I retry him so we'll actually roll now?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. 18.
Significantly
yay.
better.
Significantly better. And wisdom's my 10, so it's just a straight 18.
Awesome. Very perceptive of you as you walk up to the door. You inspect it. You see that it's very simply made. Doesn't seem to have any kind of traps that you have learned about from reading books. You can tell that from your book learning, though, that it's definitely made by some kind of human. And you see that, it seems to be openable. You can turn
I want to try and turn the knob.
Okay.
Is it open?
You hear a little click and the door opens up.
Alright.
As you add, so you get 1 wisdom point.
Should I just put a little marker next to wisdom?
So she just kind of opens up the door, and
It's open, guys. Come on, let's go.
Can I make a quick investigation check around the room, see if there's anything?
yeah, sure, go ahead.
You see nothing.
Well,
You
that's
see
a
a whole
3.
5 of nothing.
Is it good? No.
Faction.
You investigate the room some. When you touch the cobblestone walls, you realize that indeed they feel like the actual stone, and you kind of poke one, and indeed is there.
Grimrock.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
all I
follow
got.
through the door.
I'm going to follow through the door as well.
Follow.
I'll catch up.
Okay,
After staring at that very interesting wall.
Eventually, you get to a T-junction, and you see that there's 2 signs on the wall. One points left and says pillars, and the other one points right and says the pit.
I'm gonna start walking towards the pit.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk towards the pillars.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand between and be like,
Specifically
guys,
because he's not going there.
I'm gonna stand in between and be like, guys, we should probably stick together.
You hear kind of like a voice echoing that says, "Don't worry, no harm will come to you here. Feel free to go the way that you want to."
As I see Velye heading towards the pillars, I'm going to creep along back and head towards the pillars following.
Don't follow me.
Why do you gotta be so mean, Velye? My sister. I just want to make sure you're safe.
I don't need you to protect me.
No.
Where's everyone else want to go?
I'll follow them, I suppose.
Okay.
I think I'll head towards the pit.
Alright. You got 3 for the pillars, 1 for the pit.
I'm going to run up quick. Immediately realize there's nobody within the immediate vicinity. Just take the pit and go.
Okay. Alright, so 2 of you go to the pit, 3 of you go to the pillars. As you enter the pillars, you see up above you, you see there's these very large stone pillars that go in intervals of about 4 feet as they continue to stack, and there seems to be a small jump between them. And as you look up, you see that the last one's about 20 feet high, and it reaches up to a staircase that takes you to the second floor.
Okay, so wait, they're just gonna gradually get taller?
Yep, they gradually get taller.
Okay.
As you enter the pit, you see this large crevasse that seems to be impossible to fit in this room. It seems like it's 200 feet across, and when you're in there, you see that there's a very rickety bridge that goes all the way across to the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna climb up to the first one,
Okay.
and then reach my hand out to pull him up.
You gonna take her hand?
Alright.
I'm going to reach my hand up to Velye as well.
I'm not putting my hand down.
I,
I'm gonna climb to the next pillar and then offer my hand to him again.
I grumble and pull myself up.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we know that it's rickety. So, the options are either run across really, really fast and hope to God it doesn't break, or one goes across relatively slowly and then the other follows.
Mm-hmm.
However, if we do that, there's also a possibility that it'll break just from one person's weight already being across it. So, what do you think we should do?
I'm just like staring over the chasm.
Yeah, you're older. Take charge, man.
I'm gonna my eyes literally never leaving the sun, like looking down over the chasm. I'm going to slowly walk across.
Okay. Creaks below your feet as you step on the board, you realize that this bridge is definitely ancient. You continue to walk across it. You seem to be making steady progress, and you feel kind of the wind kind of like rock the bridge that you're on as you continue to stare at the chasm below.
I'm going to pray to a God I don't believe in.
Oh, non-existent being, please save me.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue onward, calling back to her. I don't think we should do this quickly.
And slow it is.
Okay. Add 1 to your intelligence point. Well, 1 intelligence point, not like 1 to the stat. Alright. Do you proceed the same, or do you want
I
to
follow
try-
slowly behind,
Okay.
but just more carefully paying attention.
Alright.
Not staring into the dark abyss.
So
I'm just fascinated by depth.
So
Whereas I'm focusing on the bridge.
yeah, you're kind of focusing on the bridge, very careful. When you do reach 1 foot out, when you step on one, you move your foot back real quick and you see it crack. And it kind of like just falls and it kind of just like falls out from where it was and you kind of just hop over. Add 1 to your dexterity. Back to the pillars.
So I'm just gonna keep going as high as I can and, continuously helping Fred get up.
Okay.
Is there ground under the pillars?
Nope.
Okay, so
Well, that's
it's
scary.
okay.
Remember Hero Academy, you've been through stuff like this before. So eventually you two do get all the way up. You get up there with no help, add a +1 to your strength.
I'm going to charge up, yelling after them, watch this, Velye. Oh, I don't have to roll.
I'm just gonna keep walking away and heading to the next thing.
Okay. You two managed to get up there. It's a little winding, but you both managed to get up there. Both of you add +1 to your dex. You add +1 to your charisma. All right. So you two eventually cross to the other side of the bridge. You see the bridge leads you over to a part where there seems to be a small stone chamber that pops up out of the ground, and you see that there's another door that you can open up.
Open it.
It seems to be locked.
Okay, I'll take an investigation check on it, see if I can't find something that'll help me make it open.
Okay.
5.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Again.
Dice jail.
You wander around a little bit. You can't quite find anything that seems to be able to fit in the lock.
Bah.
Oh, my drink. Yeah. Thank you.
Watermelon.
This is not an ad for Arizona, by the way.
We are not sponsored, but if you do want to, I mean, we're all ears.
Neither is it for clear or sparkling ice or
Yeah, I mean, if you guys
Or
want to
Pepsi.
sponsor, I mean.
or Deadpool. God, we're just messing up. Whatever.
All right, since I've seen him try to look, I guess I will also try to take a look, see if maybe he's just missing something.
Okay.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Well,
Nat 20.
She finds something.
First
I
nat
am a
20.
disgrace.
You stole the first nat 20 on my dice.
I love you.
Boom.
Okay.
You're there for moral support. You're that confident older kid that makes her feel safe.
So you wander around a little bit, looking around the structure for anything that seems to be out of place. You notice that there's a miscolored brick. You reach up, and when you tug on it, you seem to be able to pull it out. And as you pull it out, you see an iron key there.
Gonna pull out the iron key
Okay.
and then run and go and lock the door.
By the time that you get done with your investigating, you turn and you hear the creaking of metal as you see her put a key in and unlock the door.
I'm just like, huh. Okay.
Add +1 to your intelligence, or 1 intelligence point. Alright. You open up the door as what seems to be a very weird twisting dimension. You see that there's a staircase going up, even though you see that the building that you're currently entering is only about 10 feet high.
I'm going straight up, and I'm going to keep my eyes behind me,
Okay. Sounds good.
just to see where the wall starts.
Doesn't seem. It seems that you're just kind of like in darkness temporary as you're going up. There are walls next to you, but for some reason it looks like that it seems to be going up, and the walls are just kind of making a tunnel, like as if the building was very huge.
Illogical architecture.
I'm gonna feel for a handrail
You find one.
and then continue up.
Okay. You two, as you enter through the door to the next one, you see kind of wooden platforms that are suspended from the ceiling by chains, and it seems that you need to jump from one, kind of swing on it in order to jump to the next one.
So, Ninja Warrior, gotcha. I'm guessing that's some sort of acrobatics.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Let's watch me horribly fail.
16.
Nice.
You get kind of a running start as you just kind of run to the edge of the platform and you leap up and you manage to get onto the first platform kind of like with a little fuzz as the other two are kind of just like staring at you like, how'd you do that?
I'm going to follow her.
Okay.
Try to make the jump.
Nope.
0.
Can I try to catch him?
Absolute 0.
You can?
Let's try. Let's reach out and try. No, I do not
Nope.
catch you.
Nat 20 to catch him.
He jumped
you-
out, so you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna lean out and grab him.
By the leg.
So you kind of reach out and you realize your arms are way too short. When you run towards the edge, you kind of just trip over something, and as you seem to be falling down in what seems like kind of a forest below, you just feel a hand on the back of your shirt pull you up, and you kind of fall on your butt on the ledge, and you see him standing next to you.
Thank you, Hothead.
You're welcome.
Hothead gets 1 dexterity point.
Nice.
I'm gonna come out. Are you okay?
Almost died. I'm good.
How far away are these platforms?
They're about a 5-foot jump.
Oh my god.
How long is your
Those
quarterstaff?
legs I got, my goodness.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
How long is a normal quarterstaff?
Your quarterstaff is around 4 feet tall.
Go to pole vault.
I'm going to try pole vaulting.
Okay. Get advantage to your dexterity.
9. 15, so that would be a 13.
You gain a dexterity point as you run, and you kind of hit the staff on the ground, and you sail, and you actually sail over her onto the next platform.
Oh, snap.
Damn, bro.
You got some serious.
You got
air
a
there.
dex point.
I got some ups.
After that, I'm going to hold my stick out, waiting for the next person to jump so that they can grab hold of it.
Alright, I'll try for it.
That leads him kind of fucked right now.
Nat 20.
Oh, well.
She just literally jumps onto the platform, doing kind of a somersault in the air.
I'm in.
I trapeze artist my way over like,
And you're
what?
kind of just like stay back there. Roll a perception check with advantage.
I was just gonna say I'm going to look and see what's around me to help me. 14,
So 12.
12.
You see that amongst the floor there seems to be a tile of stone that seems to be different colored than the other ones, but the fire from the torches kind of hid its color. As you're approaching there, it looks like that you can press it down.
I press it.
As it presses down, you two judder a little bit as you see the platforms kind of just move together, and they form a bridge that goes all the way across.
Well, you know what? We were being badass.
Yeah, we were being real cool.
So
And you got a
get
point.
+1 to intelligence,
You got a point for something at least.
and you get a point to dexterity.
Oh, okay, cool.
As you two,
We got cool decks.
As you two ascend the tunnel up to the second floor, when you look around, you see there's these large stone blocks that seem to be moving, kind of like from one way to another.
So we're playing Frogger now.
Yes, totally very far. As it looks like that you may be able to run and jump onto them, or you can wait for them. What's your strategy to get across?
I mean, in Frogger, you wait.
I'm gonna wait and look for the patterns.
Okay.
I'm gonna be reckless and go for it.
Alright, roll acrobatics.
God damn!
18.
I love this
Okay,
dice.
what is that die?
Apparently, it really likes her.
That's funny. Wow. So you reckless enough to just start charging, and you happen to just charge at the right time, and you run across 2 platforms and jump to the 4th, and you realize that you're 2 away from what seems to be another door. So you get a point to your strength this time.
Goodness.
Seeing that,
If there was a luck stat, you would have got a point to that.
seeing that, I'm gonna just say fuck it and run.
Nat 20.
Similarly enough, but this time you kind of watch for the pattern, and once you go onto the first one, you kind of run diagonally to the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and you're now standing next to her as the platform is shifting, so add +1 to your wisdom.
Cool.
Alright, there's another door for both of you that seems to lead up once again to a 3rd floor.
For both groups?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try the handle, as one does.
It seems to be locked.
Realizing it's locked, I'm going to search around, see if there's any way to open it.
Okay.
6.
Not really. Doesn't seem to be anywhere.
I want to knock and ask if there's anyone there.
You knock. You see that part of the wood indents in, and you see it slides open, and you see 2 pair of eyes, and looks down. It's like, yes. How may I help you?
Hello, would you mind letting us in?
I don't know. Nah.
I'll step forward and be like, please?
He opens it up again. Well, I should have let you in.
Well, why shouldn't you?
Because I'd have to open up as you realize you're talking to an animated door.
Because if you don't, I'm going to put my head against you. See? Fire, wood, bad.
It pauses. You see it quickly closes and opens up. and plus what's your charisma for that intimidation?
I tried to be nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting no one to be there when I knocked on the door.
Where charm works, where charm doesn't work, a threat will.
So, you see this animated door is kind of like shaking as he goes past it.
I'm going to apologize to the door on his behalf.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
He's rather terrible. I'm sorry about him.
If he could nod, he would nod in agreement.
Sweet immortal Jesus.
Alright, back to the shifting platforms. You got 2 more left to get to the other side.
Get yourself a charisma point for that. Did you mark it?
Yes. Yeah, I'm marking.
I'm gonna ask him if he noticed anything while he waited behind.
Did I?
Yeah, you notice that there's a pattern to it that the evens ones will move first and then the odd ones, and they seem to line up after about 20 seconds.
Using that knowledge, I'm going to grab her hand and walk through the pattern.
Okay. You kind of just use your vision and you track them, and as you move like flawlessly through the stone, you get to the other side. So +1 to, I believe, wisdom is perception, right?
Yep.
Yeah, wisdom. You get to the other side, safe and sound. You find yourself another door. As you look at the door, you see that there is a wheel that has 3 openings that look like orbs can be placed. You look to your left side and you see that there is a small little pillar and there is 5 different colored orbs there. There's a blue one, a red one, a green one, a yellow one, and a white one.
Is there any indication which one might be which?
You can roll investigation on the door if you want to.
You're just bad at investigating.
Sherlock Holmes,
you don't see the notice that the orbs can be placed in.
13.
Oh, I thought it was another death 20.
I would have done a
She's half your age
dance.
and she's eating you.
You walk up and you kind of look over them, and then you kind of look at the different orbs, and you notice there's a very, very slight hue to the top one, which seems to have a red hue to it.
Okay, then I'm gonna put the red one up top.
It starts glowing.
Okay. Did I notice anything else?
Nope.
Would you like to try to notice something else?
Sure, why not? That's an 8.
You look around, you're not quite noticing anything.
Hey, your turn.
Something that won't kill him.
Trying new dice.
I don't understand what it is that she saw that I didn't. So I'm going to try the investigation check on the door again, just to
Okay.
try and figure that out.
I mean, that's better than the other one.
That's just my luck
You went from
tonight.
a 2 to a 7.
Admittedly, that's just my luck tonight, apparently.
So you continue to investigate. You now notice that the red hue from the orb was what you saw before, as it is firmly in there. You're not quite sure on the other two. Both of you roll a wisdom check with advantage.
That's a 20.
Hey, there it is.
Nope.
Uh,
A 2 and a 7.
You seem to recall from
sorry, I
one of
missed
the
math.
more
9.
mundane classes of your time at the academy that during art of all things, if you remember Callaghan saying that 3 colors make up every other color.
My eyes just kind of spark and I grab the yellow and the blue.
Yep. Which slot?
For
do you
being
have?
accurate, it's magenta, cyan, and yellow, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Color theory! I have artists for sisters.
Like a deck, taking red is just orange.
Right. So you go up and you hold 2 orbs. Where do you want to place them?
Is there a distinct hue in either of the bits that I recognize? Okay. I assume we're going to be able to get these things back out. So, blue to the left, yellow to the right.
You get on the first try. As you place them in, you see that the center of the door kind of fills with an entire spectrum of the rainbow as it starts spinning around and it pops open, and you see another door. As you see the door open, you look in and you see this time instead of staircases, there just seems to be a large circular room. Both of you add 1 to your wisdom. Okay. As you guys figure out your door from threatening it with fire, you get to good job. You get to.
Let me know,
the-
you threatened a door.
You threatened a door, session 1. Good job.
It worked.
I mean, it's not the
Very
first
well.
time we have used a charisma thing
I
to
guess the
open
door,
a door.
yeah.
We have persuaded a door to open before. So I mean, this is not the weirdest thing.
Yes. Okay. So you go up, and when you go up, you see these 2 across the room, or you see those 2 across the room.
Hey!
As you all meet up, you see Callaghan appear in the center of the room, and he looks at you. Well done, well done. Great job for figuring out those puzzles. I was hoping that at least a few of you would go one way or another, but who knows? There's something about another verse playing the party. I don't know. I skipped that class. That's besides the point.
I just stare at him like, you?
Yes. Yes.
Give us something interesting, you geezer.
Don't insult Mr. Callaghan.
Well, I mean, if you want to, you can go first.
Okay.
I'm scowling at him right now.
So,
Yeah.
So you walk up, and as you walk up, you see these kind of like stone pillars pop out of the floor around you, and you see chains connect them. And he kind of taps them to the floor, and you see this gray, like homunculus-looking figure kind of pop up out of the ground. And he looks at you and says, "Now that we've got done with, well, puzzles and intelligence and whatnot, let's see how your combat prowess is." As you look at the homunculus, you feel like at this point you could do anything that normally the classes would be able to. But you feel one pulling more than the other. What do you pick?
What do you mean?
Like you...
What, combat style?
Yeah, like combat style, like maybe you feel like fire in your veins erupt and you cast a spell, or possibly you like throw it like a ranged weapon, or maybe you vanish briefly and backstab it. Or maybe you just charge head on and start smashing the shit out of it.
You said there's pillars with chains connecting, and the homunculus is down by them.
You're in kind of like a pillared arena that has the chains, and the homunculus is about 10 feet away
It
from
is
you.
your boxing ring.
Okay.
Yeah, boxing.
I'm going to run, jump onto the first pillar, try to jump to the second pillar, and then jump on him from above.
Okay.
So you wish the Assassin's Creed.
Oh. That's bad.
I don't think the assassin's free.
That was a 2.
He did not.
You run up to the pillar, and when you try and jump onto it, you land literally on it, but you kind of land on your nuts.
Oh.
I'm
Wait,
glad they haven't descended
Hold the fuck up! How old are you?
I'm 8.
There is no way in hell he has nuts.
They have not descended yet?
They have not descended yet. Good point.
No, he just smacks his head on the sideline.
Yes, you just smack your head on the side as
You
you try
hit
and
the
jump
other
off.
head.
You hit the other head. There you go.
Ouch.
Anatomy check from the group. It happens. So he looks at you and he says, brash decisions sometimes lead to consequences. You must be careful in this.
I'm gonna walk by him grumpy.
And he, as you like kind of walk by him, he like kind of taps your butt with his staff, and you appear back in the arena. No, this is important.
Okay, I thought this was a one shot. All
You hear
right.
snickering from the outside of the ring as we all laughing.
Yes, you do.
Can I rush in and try to help him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna help him back. I'm gonna grab him by the tap him on the shoulder, and insinuate that we attack him at once.
Okay.
Why would you help me, Mordecai?
I just shrug.
Okay. I'll attack with him.
Just like him, you feel like you could basically do anything.
I raise my arm like I'm about to take a swing with my sickle. Then my eyes kind of flash, and I just like left hand fireball.
Okay. Roll a hit.
9.
One way or the other.
And roll a hit.
Do they get bonuses for working in tandem?
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Okay. So you each get +3 for working in tandem. So we got a 10 and a 12. You see.
11 and 12.
11 and 12. Thank you. You see that as Azer runs up with his weapon, he kind of smashes into it and knocks it into his back, and then after you knock it back, you feel something whip by your head as you this like small ball of fire engulf it, and then it just kind of like disappears.
I immediately reach up to my head to see if my fire is still there.
Did he just take my hair?
You're bald now.
Oh, become Hades, please. Best Disney villain.
I'm okay with
God.
this. I like where this is going, guys.
+1 to your strength, +1 to your intelligence. And he looks over and he's quite astonished as he looks over and says, magic runs through your blood. Sorcerer might be something that you would look into, possibly like me in becoming a wizard. Or there's warlocks too, but...
We don't talk about those.
No, we talk about them because...
And hushed tones and empty voices.
As he looks at the rest of you, who's next?
I'll step forward.
You step forward. All right.
So are he and I still in there, or are we allowed out?
You're lit up.
Okay.
He's kind of just like clapping as you walk out.
I'm going to just kind of walk by him awkwardly, wondering why he would come to help me.
I never take my eyes off him, and never give any impression of any amount of emotion that I have towards him.
So you're just gonna awkwardly, blankly stare at him.
Just creepy.
I feel violated right now.
Good.
Alright, so what exactly do I see before me?
It's a gray-looking humanoid that seems to be made out of some sort of clay, and it's standing about 10 feet away from you. It seems to be alive, but it's not moving.
It doesn't appear to have any sentience.
Very, very mild sentience. Like, it possibly could talk to you if you tried to talk to it.
I'm going to ask it to, if we could avoid fighting.
and it looks up, and it kind of tilts its head, as it's very confused. And then it starts nodding its head very rapidly as it just kind of like disappears into the floor, and it kind of just like leans back a little bit and looks over. Wait, you're not gonna blow it up like everyone else? Maybe you're the diplomat that we're looking for.
Oh, you did train me to talk things through.
He pauses. That I did. Good job, bud, remembering your training.
It did just occur to me that you are a hobgoblin.
Yes, I'm a hobgoblin.
You're a hobgoblin diplomat. This is going to be amazing.
Yes, I'm trained to bring peace
Great,
between
isn't it?
hobgoblins and humans.
So he kind of like leans back and sits down, and they look so hurt. Good job.
I'm glad I was able to come up to your standards.
Yeah. Get +1 to your intelligence and your charisma. We're thinking outside the box.
Swag.
You took the idea I was kind of gonna do. The one was a little slightly different, but it was also not fighting.
Let's see. Ladies, you're the last. Okay. So you walk in, another one appears.
Walk in with my trident. Look at it, says, I don't want to have to hurt you, but I will if I have to.
And he looks. I get hurt all the time. It's fine.
You sure?
I don't feel it, so yes.
Okay.
Oh, she's being considerate.
The benefits of having nerve endings.
It's made out of clay, so it doesn't have nerves.
I'm saying this as I walk in.
Yep.
Once he says it's okay, I start charging.
Okay.
Trident poked out.
Yep. Any specific way? Is there any kind of pull from anything? Like light or magic or anything?
No, I'm just charging it.
Okay. Just straight up barbarian, yeah. Got you.
Are you joking?
Oh my god.
What is this? I don't know.
Alright,
This is now your die.
no, you're not. Hold up. You're not allowed to use that anymore.
I rolled that and I got a 2.
You're not allowed to use that anymore. You can't you have this overpowered.
Okay, hang on. What you need to do with that
The
die,
new Excalibur die.
like grab a cup full of water, fill it with a fuckload of salt to get to that die floating, and then just tap it with a pencil, see where it lands with each one.
Yeah, that's how you figure out.
That's how you test the quality of the die. Because I'm starting to think there's been like 5 criticals out of that thing tonight alone.
I can say in all honesty, in our Sunday game, I rolled how many nat ones with that?
5 or 6.
Like 6.
There was one day where I did not roll above a 10.
So really, the
So-
die just hates him and loves him.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's probably it.
So surprisingly,
I'm gonna go with these
as
2.
everyone is just watching by, you charge it and you kind of leap up into the air and take both of your hands out on the trident and you literally split it in half. As
With a piercing weapon?
It's a really good fork, okay?
It's a really good fork. It also is a part knife. It's a knife.
How old are you? 6. One badass 6-year-old.
It's a fork. It's a fork.
You have a fourth.
I am suddenly reminded of Tiny Tina from Borderlands 2.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So you kind of split. It falls in half. As it didn't feel anything. He kind of and Caligan's just like. Right. I see why the teacher told me before that we need to order new dummies for the gym.
Sorry.
It's quite fine. Quite fine. Good job. Good job. Add 2 strength points. Dramatic.
12.
Super dramatic.
So my turn then?
Lastly,
Sorry about that, Adrian.
Alright. So, being as I'm one of the older kids, I would probably have taken care of some of the really small ones. So I'm gonna go in and sing it a lullaby.
Huh? Go for a performance check. That's not like left field too.
That's a 7? Or is that a 9? I don't know how we're doing this.
Yeah. Do I get advantage?
Yeah, we'll say it.
Yeah.
That's better.
Better. So that'd be 14.
You start singing to it, and it's very confused as it kind of just stands there, and then it starts to like kind of rock to the beat of the song, and then eventually you see it just kind of like fall face first onto the pavement, and you start hearing snoring, and Callaghan's just like, "What did I get myself into?" Everyone else, I'm going to shoot it with a bow. Cleave in half with this great axe. I'm going to sing to it. This is a very creative group. Here, looks over. Well done, nonetheless. So, you add +1 to your intelligence and +1 to your charisma.
Okay.
And after that happens, you see the kind of like ring just like go into the ground, and he looks at all of you and says, "Good job, good job. Now, lastly, there's one more task at hand, and then the rite of ascension shall happen. Now, as I know all of you are familiar with it, but just in case if you forgot, the rite of ascension will take you to your teenage years from your childhood, and from there you'll be able to select one of the many masters in the city and be able to learn a craft from them. But first is first, we have a final one. Now, I know you've heard of this before, and don't be scared. It rarely hurts anyone. If anything happens, I will intervene." As he turns around and he kind of opens up this wall on the north end of the room. And as the north end of the room kind of pops open, you look inside and you see this gigantic mirror that's going 20 feet across the room, ascending all the way to the top of the ceiling, which is about 30 feet tall. And as you ascend in, you see this elvish and draconic writing all over the place as he walks in. "This is the mirror of the forebears, created by one of the more ancient dragons of the world, who gifted it to the academy after I helped him save one of his friends." As he looks at the mirror, "When you peer into the mirror, you'll see your future. Now tell me, which of you shall go first?"
See the future?
I'll go first.
He looks at you and you nod. And he, as you walk up to it, you realize that you kind of like touch the mirror, as it seems like you can go through it.
I'm going to step through.
Okay, you step through. What do you see?
What do you mean, like?
What do you see your future as?
I'm really not sure.
You want me to do something? I'm guessing you're going towards the diplomat, right?
Yeah.
So when you pop through the mirror, you see Fred completely vanish from the room as you walk in, and you see you're at a table. You see that there's two generals, very tall, broad men. One has a great axe, the other has a great sword, and they're shaking hands as you see that you're looking down, and you see there's a very long document that seemed to be written as some kind of peace treaty. As you walk outside the tent flap, you see tens of thousands of people, one in red armor, one in blue armor, all cheering at a sign of peace. And you vanish.
Cool.
And he looks back and says, "Diplomat, it's what you've trained for. It's possibly what your future shall hold."
I hope so.
And turns to the rest. "Who's next?"
I'll go.
Do the siblings go at once?
I go!
I'm assuming her air pushes me back a little bit.
That pushes you just a hair back
God,
and
Velye.
and she goes up first.
Your hair goes out for a second. I let it back up.
The hair went out!
Go for it.
Alright, so she's gonna walk in, and she's gonna see a gigantic field of flowers that opens from a big forest. There's gonna be a very big lake with like mountains. It's very picturesque and all that other stuff. There's gonna be a little modest house, and all sorts of little animals. And it's going to be, just her enjoying her time out in the woods by herself.
Okay. You walk back in and look at you. Interesting. You might find something with the druids of the city and possibly the rangers as well. Definitely one of those two might be where you want to look. Oh, and +2 charisma for you, +2 wisdom for you as well. And then he goes, who's next?
So is this our character's like optimal future? What we envision our best future being?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go. I'll walk up.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch the glass and go through. And it's going to be very foggy as my character goes through, and images just start kind of slowly going by. It's going to start with Velye being there, welcoming me back from combat and giving me a big hug and wanting me there. And then it's going to kind of rip me away from that and put me into a combat where I'm obliterating everyone and everything.
With what?
With fire. And in the image where Velye is welcoming me, I have no fire on my head.
You walk back out and he looks to you and he says, power is gained in many ways, but you must learn to control it. That right there might indeed be your future, but as far as I can recommend, possibly a warlock might be your path. As many of the patrons around here, as good-natured or some as ill-natured as they are, can grant you the power that you possibly seek.
My character is visibly shaken. He despises his fire right now, and he was not a fan of the second vision.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
As I walk up to the mirror, I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and then just sink myself in.
Okay.
As I wander through, I start seeing images of my uncle's cottage, the forest around the place, gathering out myself in my younger years out gathering materials with him, before it occurs to me that I am as my uncle, with my own son, perhaps, passing through the forest to gather more materials in a place I'm not familiar with at the moment. I come back in, greet my wife, and move to the alchemy room where I begin mixing potions. What seems like hours pass in seconds. My wife comes in, looking somewhat frantic, and then the two of us head out to the outdoors where 4 cloaked men stand, their faces hidden. Then the vision fades.
Ominous.
Ominous indeed. As you walk out, he looks at you, and he looks at the mirror, and he looks back at you. It was a good thing that it ended when it did, as sometimes these visions can hurt. He looks at you and he says, alchemy can be used in many ways, so to help people or hurt people, from a poisoner to an herbalist who makes poultices for people who need them and are dire for healing of sorts. I see this as the 2 paths that you have possibly available to you, and I would definitely investigate both of them.
Before he even finishes his speech, my hand curls up and slams hammer fist back into the mirror.
It kind of shakes a little bit as it slowly stops, as there's kind of like a ripple from where your fist was.
His work continues. I just walk off and sit down next to the wall.
Okay.
My character is going to Azar's going to sit next to him on the same bench and just kind of inch closer.
Alright. Next.
Last up.
I can't remember the past. How am I supposed to see the future?
He looks to you, and he looks at the mirror and says, sometimes the mirror can also reveal the past.
Okay. Go and touch it.
You're rippled away as you see that you're under the ocean, far, far, far below the ocean. As you start to look around, you see that there's a giant underwater city as big as the city that you're currently in. And as you look around, you see that there's many people who look just like you swimming around. You see that there seems to be people talking about having to defend their realm against another realm who invades them quite often with these beasts known as Sahagwin, which look like very large demonic green fishes, and they seem to have just been fought off. You are rippled away as you kind of start getting pulled back towards the mirror as you hear one word uttered from someone's name, or one word uttered from someone nearby you, saying Tirkanis. As you come back out of the mirror, he looks down at you and says, you seek your home and nothing more. But you definitely have the tools to do so. If there's anything what you did to that homunculus in the other room, I would totally suggest that you go find either the paladins, if you feel more of the pious nature or the more righteous one that you feel to defend people, or possibly the Fighters Guild. I'm sure Lady Iron Rose would welcome you amongst her ranks in a heartbeat. Literally shake.
I'm still a little shaken about seeing other people that look like me since I've been in basically a human orphanage.
A human orphanage surrounded by nothing but non-human folk.
Nobody else looks like me.
No
They
one
just
of
look
us.
at each other.
We are all just there, just like there's no one else. What is this?
The only two people here that are even the same species are these two, and they look nothing alike.
Yeah.
Is Cadigan even, or Caligan even human?
Caligan is human.
Okay.
Must be a bloody old son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
we're the only ones that are
He's
the same
bloody
species, and we look
old.
nothing alike because we are two like different subspecies.
You've heard rumors that he
Our
made
mama
a
got around.
deal
Yeah.
with one of a lesser deity some millennia ago to achieve immortality.
Yeah, that's typical fare for epic level people.
Yeah, he's definitely epical.
I mean, hell, I have a level 20 monk. He's a demigod.
Yeah, I got a full god who is also a monk. I have an epic level fighter. I have an epic level samurai. Yeah, I play too much D&D. That's besides one.
I wish I played that much D&D.
So afterwards, you all kind of vanish from the room and you're back in his office. And he looks to all of you and says, and now the rite of ascension will take place. If you'll follow me, we can begin the ritual.
Follow the
I'll
man.
follow.
I'm still visibly shaken.
Yeah, obviously. A lot of you are. A lot of you are very slow to act, slow to respond to what he's talking to you as you're kind of grasping this kind of insight to the future.
Velye's super excited.
Yeah, you're super excited.
Velye is so
You
excited.
saw so many fluffy animals. You saw like 20 bunnies and like 3,000 foxes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There would not be any rabbits in that field of
You had like an entire menagerie of animals.
It's just me by myself and no one to bother me. Like
Imagine an imaginary menagerie manager managing an imaginary
you know,
menagerie.
nice, soft, fluffy
Imaginary
animals to
menagerie,
hang with. Pretty scenery. She's so jazzed.
I'm just contemplating where Velye was in my second vision.
Not quite.
Nowhere pleasant, I would
None of us got
imagine.
to see the other stuff in the mirror, right?
No.
Alright,
No one got to see anyone else.
just checking.
If you wish to speak to each other about it, that I can't say that you can't do, so feel free to. If you wish to
No, I'm
talk
just
to about
curious
your
if
experience.
we were like watching what they were saying in the mirror.
No, not too aware. So, you enter the academy, you go down to, out to the courtyard of all places, as you see that there's benches and trees of various different species everywhere that are flowering at the moment. You realize that it is indeed flowering season for them, and spring just hit. You're actually all quite happy because the snow might be gone, even though that might make one of you very sad. Poor Ezra. As you,
No longer everyone's favorite space heater. It's
Spring.
Well, no, I hate winter because everybody uses me for my heat, and I realize that, and I hate them for it.
Oh well, then
Because
you must
then
be
they-
very happy.
You just hate everyone.
Yeah, you just hate everyone.
No, they mock me behind my back.
God, you are the warlock. You are the warlock so bad.
How many times do you suppose you've been used to roast marshmallows?
Probably a lot.
A lot.
No.
I still want to put a bucket on his head and just
I
roast.
kind
it.
of envision kids coming behind me as I'm walking like around a corner or something, and they just quickly throw a marshmallow in my head and run away.
I'd imagine there'd be
I
a
can
fair
imagine that.
number of kids
So,
just dumping water
when
on you.
Yeah.
So when you walk out, you go to the center fountain of all places, and you're all very peculiar as you've gone by this place dozens upon hundreds of times living here at the academy. And as you look, I know, I'm wasted. As you look at the fountain, you see his staff glow, and it kind of glows with like a white tint. His entire thing absorbs into this white light, and he kind of like taps it on the tip of the fountain. You see the water stops, and the angel in the center of the fountain kind of starts moving back as you. The left and the right side of the fountain start to move as the staircase descends down to a much older part of the academy. He looks to all of you and says, if you have any business to do in the academy, for you're going to be busy for the next few years, that you should go take care of it now. I'll be downstairs.
I'm gonna go to the garden and wish Mr. Leon goodbye. I'm gonna miss him.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna run to the garden and snicker at Mr. Liaden while I burn some of his flowers.
If he does that, I'm totally prepared to kick his ass.
I am also going to the garden, amusingly. I am literally going there to pick at least one sample of every alchemical plant I can find.
You grab like this giant basket as you start just like chucking stuff in there, and you realize that you look at the rest of the field and you realize that you'd probably be here for like the next week if you wanted to get all of them.
As many as I can comfortably fit in that basket.
You fit about 3 pounds of healing herbs into this very large basket, and Mr. Layden looks over at you and like, what are you doing over there?
Gathering ingredients!
He pauses. Ingredients? What ingredients?
Anything I can make.
I feel like this is a
Pauses.
common occurrence.
Oh. Is it for a class?
You might say that.
And he pauses. Okay, just tell me what you take.
I stop for a moment, pull out my small notebook that I always keep on me, and just write down everything that I took, then rip it out of the book and hand it to him.
+1 intelligence, +1 charisma. And he starts reading the whole list, and he starts looking at all the herbs, and he just looks up and he's like, yep, they're all there, so. I don't know what you need them all for, but it's going to be a really good potion.
Thank you. I run back to the fountain.
Backtracking real quick, what did I get for my vision in the thing?
Oh yeah, I didn't get anything for that
I
either.
didn't.
Oh yeah.
No one did after
You
mine.
got +2 to 1 to your strength, 1 to your intelligence. You got +1 to your intelligence, +1 to your wisdom. You get +2 to your strength.
And I already got hers. And
Yeah, I think Chris and I got ours.
Yeah, I got my 2 charisma.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think I got the wisdom.
Anyone else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna say her goodbyes too.
He looks over from just handing off like the giant.
Because I hung out with him a lot.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
my teacher.
I know. He looks over. Of course. How silly am I? Today's the ceremony, of course. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. You'll just be a bit different.
Well, I'm gonna miss spending some time with you. It was a lot of fun. I really loved all your stories. I greatly appreciate it.
He smiles a little bit, looks down at you, kind of like ruffles the windy hair that you have. And he looks down at you. Thank you for your kindnesses. You have been a great student and learned many things, and like a lot of other students. He looks over, sees Azure burning a flower. Azure, God damn it!
Oh my god, every time they mention your hair, I can't help but think of that stupid music video. I think it's called I Want to Love You Forever. I forget who it's by, but it's nothing but like face frame, windy hair. That's all it is. That is the entire music video. I swear to God.
Azure, why? Why must you burn all my flowers?
I'm good. Just bolt.
As you two here would probably hear the yelling from the garden.
I look at the guy before he goes down and says, "Where's Stella?"
He pauses. Stella should be possibly in the library. You might want to check that.
And I run up to the library.
Oh,
You eventually find her.
I also want to go back to my room and get my seashell.
Okay, you grab your lucky seashell.
I approach Stella and where she's at.
And she kind of like sits down. Yes. How may I help you?
I just
It's
wanted.
you. How are you doing?
I am well. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be gone for a little bit. I'll be coming back. I'll make sure someone takes care of you.
Okay.
And don't let that tall one bother you too much.
Oh. I'll try not to. It's such a pain though.
If anything happens, just let me know when I come back.
She nods and she gives you a very tight hug.
I've got to go. I'll be back.
Hey, I'm going to ask, what's his face, if I can borrow one golden coin.
What's his face?
He pauses and looks down at you and he raises a very big eyebrow and he says, "One gold coin is a lot for your age, but..."
I need it to make amends for a mistake.
He pauses. He looks down at you, very confused, and you see him wave his hand, and he flips a gold coin to his fingers, and he sets it down in your palm.
Alright, I'm going to run off and try to find the nearest, shop that sells, treats and stuff.
You go outside the guild and you go into the city and the hustling, bustling city that normally is. You see a bunch of traders of various species and various descendants and various different common classes, all kind of mixed together in the menagerie of different people. You eventually do find the sweet shop that you're looking for the specific one that you want to pay amends to, as you still see that the window is being repaired.
Actually, I'm not paying amends to this shop. I'm buying a bunch of treats to make amends to someone else.
You look over and you decide not to go in that shop as you see the person still working on repairing the windows. You remember last week that you tripped and one of your books flew through the window.
Whoops.
Tripped over what? A centrifuge?
Himself, actually.
Okay, so
So you eventually do find another sweet shop, and he looks down at you and says, "Sweet rolls? Get your sweet rolls."
please tell me there are snarky guards in the city.
Oh yes, there is.
Did they want to be adventurers until they got shot in the knee?
Yeah, you see.
No. They didn't get shot in the knee. They took an arrow to the knee. It's an old Viking term. It means you got married.
You see, a lot of them are indeed married, but that's besides the point.
Well, good for them. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask for as much treats and candies and stuff as 1 gold coin can buy.
He looks down and he takes the gold coin and he bites down on it. And you kind of hear a crack as he like breaks one of his teeth. It's real. It's real.
Give me a little less treats. Just keep some of that for yourself.
Excitement.
Pay for a dentist.
He looks at you and says, "You're gonna have the whole stand if you want."
That was a goal, dude. Like, my goodness.
I'm going by as much as possible, and if there's too much for me to personally carry, I'm going to ask if he can deliver them to the orphanage.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, totally. He's real.
You can do whatever you want with those sweets. You don't care, man. It's real.
Just take this stand, put it in front of the orphanage, say, "Go nuts,
Can I
kid!"
just buy the store?
He paused. Yeah, actually, you could for 1 gold.
Oh,
Really?
Oh my god!
It's like a little like stand.
This guy doesn't make much more than 10 copper a day, does he?
No.
you have made his day.
Alright,
You made his week.
in that case, I'm going to ask if he can move his shop near, right next to, or at least in the orphanage.
He paused. I will gladly do that for 1 gold, young man.
And for this day alone, give away as many treats as the kids may want.
Well, I'll do it up until the gold is spent, but that's gonna take quite some time.
That's a goal.
Deal.
That's 100 copper right there.
Deal.
And he paused. And it's just
That's 100 silver, isn't it?
Depends on which conversion method you use.
the conversion for this one is 100 copper to 1 silver, 100 silver to 1 gold.
Most of the groups I run with do.
That's a lot of copper.
That is.
Okay. Yeah, and then
no.
God, it's 1,000 gold to 1 platinum, and then it's 10,000 platinum to 1 astro diamond. If we ever get that far, which is
I don't think we will.
nope.
Like, just for the record, I am
Depends.
probably
How
graduating
good
this
are we all going to
December,
get at swindling?
so-
Oh, that's fine.
Alright,
You know, this man just.
is it like something he can bring
Yeah,
right
no,
now?
you see him like super excited, and you see him like pull out a pouch, and he puts it in there, and he hangs the pouch around his neck, and he looks over, and he kind of starts breaking everything down, and you see there's like 200 sweet rolls on the back of his cart, and he starts putting everything there, and he picks up the wagon, and he's like, "Where to?"
I'm going to ask him to follow me as I walk to the infirmary of the orphanage, which I'm assuming there is.
Yeah, there definitely is one.
I'm going to ask him to wait outside, and I'm going to walk in, most likely seeing a bunch of kids that I probably put in the infirmary.
Whoops.
He looks at you, and he looks at the infirmary, he looks at you, it's just like, "Did you want me set up, or?"
Wait like a minute, I'll call you in a sec.
You're a bossy kid.
I know, right?
pauses.
Well, I mean, it's a whole gold.
Yeah, sure, go
He
for
can be
it.
bossy for a whole gold.
Yeah, he
That's
could be.
1,000 copper right there, lad.
And he pauses. It looks like, yeah, I'll wait out here all day. Choose on again.
Loses another tooth.
Yeah, not too bad.
Gold isn't that hard.
How hard's he biting it?
Of course, this is medieval times, and he is a sweets connoisseur.
Good point.
You gotta sample your own
You can
pizza upon
imagine how his
occasion.
teeth condition are.
We're probably lucky that he had a tooth to bite with.
So you walk into the infirmary. As you walk in, you see one of the clerics look down at you and say, "Oh no, not another one."
I'm going to ask if she can rally some of the kids around that I was responsible for putting here, so that I may speak to them.
She pauses. "Did you want the left room or the right room?"
Just
You're a
all of
terrible
them.
child.
All of them.
Okay, so she goes and you hear a bunch of groans coming from the left room as they have to come out and see you. And then the right room, and you hear a bunch of groans, and you see one person is wheeled out in a wheelchair as you see he has a broken leg. It looks over and you have a gathering of about 20 people that you somehow hurt.
In various states of disrepair, as
Yes.
they say.
Seeing all these very unhappy faces, I'm going to look at them all and say, I'm sorry for the things I've done. I'm going to be going away somewhere for a while. I don't want to leave behind enemies. And I would hope you forgive me. And I'm going to see how they react to that.
They all pause a little bit and they all look at each other. You hear whispers of people wanting to gang up on you, but then they realize that you probably just beat them up again. as the clerk looks on.
Mess with
Children,
the government.
no, you must. Why is there a man standing outside holding his mouth?
Because it's real.
Fred, did you have something to do with this?
I'm going to be like, okay, talking to them didn't work, time to buy their love. And I'm going to open the door and ask guy, come in and set shop up.
He walks in literally with a tray, like a giant tray of about 40 sweet rolls stacked. And he looks down, sweet rolls for everyone! And you just hear cheering everywhere. And you see people that like didn't even get hurt by you start coming out of their rooms as he literally gets swarmed by orphans. So you gotta watch all this, and then eventually you get swarmed yourself with hugs, and the one person wheels up and kind of pets the top of your head that wheels away, still kind of scared of you, and all of them eat their sweet rolls and they're quite happy. And she looks, how did you know what? You don't. Never mind.
It was legal, I swear.
She looks at, definitely never mind. And she looks around, all the kids are exorbitantly happy as they go get sweets in the infirmary, obviously. And a few minutes later, after everyone, you just get dogpiled briefly, by the way. You just get piled on by kids as they're all hugging you. You see that the baker kind of looks around and he's just like, oh good, my gold's still on me. But it looks like I might have to buy a new tray. As there's bite marks on the tray. You see specifically there's one that made a hole and he looks in the corner and you see that there's one of the orc children kind of chewing on the metal plate. On the metal tray, he looks up and he kind of just like, here you go, mister. Go walk away now. Thanks for the sweet roll. So,
You went toe to toe with an orc and came out on top.
Yeah.
so you get +1 to strength and +1 to your charisma.
After that, I'm just going to quietly disappear and go back.
So, quick
downstairs.
question: what did I get for my little talk?
+1 to.
Oh, we're all getting something?
Yes.
Yeah, +1 to charisma, +1 to intelligence,
Okay.
+1 to dexterity, and +1 to intelligence not to get caught.
Yes.
Okay.
+2 to charisma.
Wait, he did get caught though.
No, like physically caught.
Physically caught.
I was seen, but they did not get their hands on me.
Fair enough.
Ooh,
And then,
it's now tagged with my wisdom.
and then +2 to your intelligence.
Okay.
What time is it, Luke?
I'm not Luke, but
Right
it
there.
is 8:30.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
8:29.
actually right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right, can we take a break real quick?
That has been wrong
Yeah,
for like
we can
so
take a break.
long.
All right, break time.
Break
Go ahead and
time!
pause it.
You said +2 my intelligence?
Yeah.
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 How long's break?
Actually, you know what?
This is gonna be interesting splicing those
Yeah,
together.
so we have been going for about an hour and a half. Don't want to keep you here too long. Possibly longer sessions will be held. We'll try and cut them up into some kind of segments. As for now, we'll be recording another video next week. Hope you enjoy us. If you like us, please drop us a like, subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and like always, remember, try not to set stuff on fire.
Oh man.
Is it Tuesday yet?
Bye bye.